Hello friends, you are most welcome on my YouTube channel and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Click on subscribe here. दोस्तों अगर आप मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करते हैं तो आपको आने वाली वीडियोस का लिंक आसानी से मिलता रहेगा। आशा करता हूं कि चैनल आपकी तैयारी में हेल्पफुल होगा। गुड लक फ्रेंड्स, नाउ एंजॉय द वीडियो।
हेलो एवरीवन, टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट टिंटन एबे। आज हम टिंटन एबे के बारे में बात करेंगे। टिंटन एबे विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ के द्वारा कंपोज की हुई है एंड इन दिस वर्क लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दिस कोटेशन बाय विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ हिमसेल्फ इन 1798। 1798 में विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ ने खुद लिखा है कि नो पोएम ऑफ माइन वाज कंपोज्ड अंडर दिस सर्कमस्टांसेस मोर प्लीजेंट फॉर मी टू रिमेंबर देन दिस। एंड व्हाट वर द सर्कमस्टांसेस थे क्या? सर्कमस्टांसेस ये थे कि वो रिवर वाई, जैसे कि लिखा हुआ है कि आई बिगेन इट अपॉन लीविंग टिंटन आफ्टर क्रॉसिंग द वाई। वाई एक रिवर है जिसके बगल बगल से विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ गुजर रहे हैं और उन्हें ये बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है। एंड concluded it just as I was entering Bristol in the evening after a ramble of 4 or 5 days with my sister का नाम होता है Dorothy, and not a line of it was altered and not any part of it written down till I reached Bristol. Second thing, he himself claimed that he composed the whole poem in his brain. Means उन्होंने पूरी poem compose की थी, वो पूरी अपने mind में compose की थी. It was published almost immediately after in the little volume of which so much has been said in these notes. Let's see. चलिए टिंटन एबे के बारे में कुछ चीज़ें देख लेते हैं। द कंप्लीट टाइटल इसका था लाइन कंपोज्ड अ फ्यू माइल्स अबव द टिंटन एबे, एज यू कैन सी हियर, ऑन रिविजिटिंग द बैंक्स ऑफ द वाई ड्यूरिंग अ टूर, जुलाई 13 1798। 1798 में दोबारा से विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ इसी प्लेस पे आए थे, क्योंकि पहली बार भी ये यहाँ पर आ चुके थे पहले। इट वॉज पब्लिश्ड एज द लास्ट पोइम ऑफ द लिरिकल बैलेट्स। लिरिकल बैलेट्स जैसे कि रोमांटिक पीरियड का और रोमांटिसिज्म का सबसे बेस्ट वर्क माना जाता है और हम कह सकते हैं पाइनियर वर्क भी माना जाता है। तो लिरिकल बैलेट्स की लास्ट पोएम से ये एग्जाम में काफ़ी बार पूछा भी गया है कि विच इज़ द लास्ट पोएम ऑफ लिरिकल बैलेट्स। एट द एज ऑफ 23 poet revisited the Abbey alone in 1798। देखिए when he was 23, जब वो 23 ईयर का एक he was a young person, all right, he visited there, he was troubled that time, बहुत परेशान थे। लेकिन after 5 years in 1798 he revisited with his sister Dorothy, referred as friends throughout। तो ये भी पूछा जाता है कि who is referred as friend in the poem, कि पोएम में जो फ्रेंड रेफर किया गया वो कौन है, तो उसकी अपनी सिस्टर है। पोएम इज रिकलेक्शन ऑफ पोइट्स विजिट ऑफ 1793, 5 साल पहले की बात है, विच ही विजिटेड अलोन। द एबे इज नॉट डिस्क्राइब्ड इन द पोएम, रिवर वाई इज डिस्क्राइब्ड पैशनेटली। जो डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया गया है वो रिवर वाई का ज़्यादा दिया गया है, WYE। It is a complex poem addressing a lot of themes at the same time: memory, mortality, faith, nature, friendship, and familial love. Employs a more intellectual and philosophical relationship with nature. All right, as we know that now William Wordsworth is called harbinger of nature too, है ना, उन्हें नेचर का दूत भी कहा जाता है। स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द पोएम इज कॉम्प्लेक्स, देयर इज नो राइम, नो रेगुलर डिवीजन ऑफ स्टेंजा। अगर आप देखेंगे सो वी गेट टू एलिमेंट्स ऑफ पोइट्री इन दिस। First is ode. Sometimes we get elements of ode, and sometimes we get dramatic monologue in this work. And written in blank verse or iambic pentameter, poetic devices, we get repetition of sounds and words. Let's analyze this poem for a few lines. Like the first one is like 5 5 5, you can see here, so repetition, we get a repetition. All right, if you want to read this whole PPT, you can pause the video, you can read this for yourself. Okay, I'm just focusing on a few things. Like in this work you can see, in these lines you can see that there is a repetition of this one. So first natural object it describes is water and its sweet inland murmur. So if you are asked that which is the first natural object is described in this work, so it was water. Yeah, next you can see that object of nature are the cliffs, Next object is cliffs, and he describes the scene before him as wild and secluded. Poet describes the beauty of the riverway area, plots of cottage ground, are the small gardens, orchard tubs, and so sometimes it is asked that which is not described in this in work or in this poem. So you can see that here it is described, water is described, riverway is described, cliffs are described, and here orchard tubs are described in this. So woods and copses you can see, woods and copses you can see, and other things. So remember these things. Okay, the hedgerows are guarding the sheep farms. Other things, smoke in the sign of human life. Smoke is sign of human life of some vagabonds and hermit. So here you can say wreaths of smoke sent up in silence from among the trees with some uncertain notice as might seem of vagrant dwellers in the houseless woods, or of some hermit's cave where by his fire the hermit sits alone. So these are, hermit is someone who lives there. Okay, we know that. So these are the things which are described here. The whole picture of the bank of river Wye is described in this one. The poet emphasizes his bond with nature, that absence did not make him forget this beautiful scene. So he also tells that the impact of that scenery, the natural scenery, is still with him. Okay, when he is at his home, it is not like he came back and now it is left behind. It's not left behind. It came with him. Okay, through his imagination and in his brain. It is nature blessed the poet with two gifts after his visit. So, what are the two gifts the poet was given? First gift was recollection, memory of these beautiful scenes, led to sensation, sweets, pleasurable feelings, and tranquility. All right. So, these are poet shows more gratitude for his memory, the joy of which he caused to be a good person. So, what is the thing you are getting in this poem? The exhortation you can say, this is exhortation from William Wordsworth, that come to nature. All right, he wants you to go to bank of rivers and woods and other things, because he thinks that it gives pleasure, and I do believe that it gives pleasure. So whenever you get time, like I get time, I go to woods, I sit there, and sometimes we listen to music of wind and other things. And if you really can, you can feel these things, and if you really uh, absorb these things, you feel pleasure. And if you are just going there and you can't imagine, you cannot absorb the things, there is no pleasure. All right. So he's exhorting to go there. Second gift is blessed mood. Means whenever we are with nature, we get blessed mood. जब भी हम नेचर के पास होते हैं, और आप जंगल में जाओ, नदियों में जाओ, ऑलराइट, तो एक अलग तरह का प्लेजर होता है. और इफ़ यू टॉक अबाउट मी, तो हम तो इधर ही रहते हैं. ऑलराइट, देयर आर क्लिप्स, देयर आर माउंटेन्स, देयर आर रिवर्स, देयर आर lots of birds and lots of natural things in Uttarakhand. Okay, I live in hills, so it really gives a great pleasure. And for those who are not obsessed with cinemas and other things, okay, so this is a kind of different thing. And if you can absorb, you can have pleasure. So in next lines he is saying that poets throws light on the deep spiritual relationship with nature. And as we know that अगर इसमें हम सिंपल सी बात, अगर इसको थोड़ा सा रिलेट करने की कोशिश करेंगे, तो हमने कभी ऐसा नहीं देखा कि कोई मॉल में बैठ के कोई मेडिटेशन कर रहा हो, या मॉल में बैठ के कोई तपस्या में लीन हो गया हो. एवरीबडी गोज टू माउंटेन्स, क्योंकि उसका एक इम्पैक्ट है. ऑलराइट, इन सनातन धर्म वी सी दिस, we have lots of sadhu saints there who usually go to mountains. All right, so you can relate these things to this point, that he is exhorting you to come to nature, or he's inviting you to spend your days with nature and just see and enjoy the things. Okay, yeah. So what else he is saying? He's saying, I made quiet means that there is no longer aware of his surroundings. Means so इतना engross हो गए हैं उसमें, so he's now no longer of his surrounding. Poet becomes a mystic through power of meditation, coupled with the powers of harmony with nature and joy at the union with nature, and he attains a spiritual status here just because of nature. So he wants you to come to nature. Disturbing noises of the words unprofitable, as there are no gains, fever of the world, and materialistic obsession of the world. So before this, as you can say, uh, if you think of Victorian period, all right, there was lots of scientific inventions and other things, experiments, but romantic people were coming out of that obsession with scientific things. So he's saying that go away from that fretful stir. Okay. And here you can say Salvon, why calls it a sprit. Salivon means sprit, kind of sprit he's calling it. Okay. He compares the fever of the world with the tranquility of the river Wye, and poet turns to Wye for inspiration and meaning to life. Upon this second visit, he say that Wordsworth says that his memories are revived again, means 5 years, as I told you earlier, that he revisited that place in 1798. Okay, and in 93 he came there alone as a troubled young man, and now when he is there with his sister Dorothy, whom he called his friend. Okay, now he's feeling a little bit tranquility in mind. Wordsworth believed that nature is source of pleasure and all the times to come, while here I stand not only with the sense of present pleasure, but with pleasing thoughts that in this moment there is life and hope for future years. All right. So he's telling that he's also collecting these things for future also, means those reminiscences. Wordsworth gives us flashback again, like a roe or deer. Without thinking, he followed nature, more like a man flying from something that he dreads, that one who sought the thing he loved. Nature sometimes filled him with fear. Okay, let's see. All in all, a passion and an appetite filling up both his emotional and physical desires. So this is nature which is bringing him too much joy, too much pleasure. Okay, and in the past, natural beauty attracted him. So you can read this one also for better understanding. A feeling, a love that had no need of remote or charm, by thought supplied, nor any interest unborrowed from the eye. Poet then was only emotionally attached to nature and had no relationship at deeper level of thought. Okay, when 5 years ago, that time is past. Now you can see here. ओके तो जब भी हम बात करेंगे कि 5 years बैक की और 5 years नाउ की, ओके कि अभी की बात है, तो बोल रहा है कि विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ इज सेइंग कि जब मैं उस टाइम था, ओके 5 years पहले थे, तो वो बोल रहे हैं कि मेरे पास कुछ इतना ज़्यादा उससे एक अटैचमेंट नहीं था नेचर से, बट नाउ ही इज अटैच्ड टू नेचर. दैट टाइम इज पास्ट एंड ऑल इट्स aching joy are now no more, and all its dizzy raptures. The past with old feeling is no more. Now he is feeling, pleasure, because he is there in bank of Y. Okay, and abundant recompense, plenty of compensation. Poet doesn't regret the loss of his old relationship with nature. Other things, Wordsworth explains his new mature relationship with nature, and now he's saying that now he has mature relationship. इस बात का क्या मतलब है कि मेच्योर रिलेशनशिप पहले नहीं थी, वो मेच्योर की मीन्स पहले नेचर के पास जाके उसे इतना प्लेजर फील नहीं होता था, लेकिन अब उसे एक थियोराइजेशन बोल सकते हैं हम इसको, कि अपनी एक जो थ्योरी, जिसे हम वर्ड्सवर्थ को आज हम जानते हैं कि ही इज हार्बिंगर ऑफ नेचर. ऑलराइट, कि उन्हें बोला जाता है कि यस ही वाज मैसेंजर ऑफ नेचर. तो वो क्यों बोला जाता है? क्योंकि उनके पास थ्योरी है, एक उनकी फिलॉसफी बन चुकी है. उस फिलॉसफी को मैच्योर कंडीशन मानते हैं आज के डेट में. ऑलराइट, मींस जिस टाइम वो वहाँ पे थे. नाउ ही कैन फील नेचर. ओके, granting, irritating, chasten, subdue, make humble and calm. You can see this one. So now he has his own theory, own philosophy about nature, because he can feel the pleasure. Wordsworth pantheism, a spiritual relationship with nature, and nature is a spirit, a deity, and omnipresent. So you can see here the pantheism. This word is very important for in regard to this poem. Okay, and we will be discussing this later in the same PPT. Now he thinks that it is God-like thing. The spirit is everywhere, surrounding us, filling us, binding us, and universe together. It connects everything. The nature. Let's go ahead. These are the things like Dorothy is introduced here as a friend. Now you can see it is asked like in some exams, like, for thou art with me here upon the banks of this fair river, thou my dearest friend, my dear friend. So here, who is this dearest friend and my dear friend? So Dorothy is introduced, okay, as a friend, his sister. So in his in her youth, Wordsworth find his former pleasure, and because nature never betrays. Yes, you can see this is a famous lines. Also, these are in the spray I make, knowing that nature never did betray the heart that loved her. 'Tis her privilege through all the years of this our life to lead from joy to joy, because nature never betrays, it always gives joy. Nature personified as guide. मुझे वैसे कोई लोग ऐसे लगते नहीं है, वैसे नेचर में रात में जाने में डर लग सकता है, ऑलराइट, बट आई वांट टू से दैट इफ यू गो इन डे टाइम यू विल ऑलवेज फील प्लेजर. रात को जाने में थोड़ा डर सकता है, इट कैन बिट्रे यू. Okay, wild creature can eat you there and they can have a good party there, but if you are in daytime, you are there, you can enjoy and pleasure. Okay, never follow completely Wordsworth, because if he's saying it gives always pleasure, I can't be agree anymore. Okay, just kidding. For she can so inform the mind that is within, so impress with quietness and beauty, and so feed with lofty thoughts. Different roles of nature as a teacher and as a nurse and an art. So you can see, all right, these things. I'm just skipping some lines. Okay. Love for his sister tells her to seek nature's blessing and experience nature like his former days. वो कहता है अपनी sister को कह रहे हैं कि go and find the nature's blessings there. Pantheism, I want to some lines I'm just skipping, just because I think those are not you know important for your examination. There are so many. I just want to go to themes now. Okay, we have gone through the lots of things, like which are the things described, and which are the like his sister is called dearest friend, and what else we have seen. So most of things we have seen in that. बहुत जल्दी जल्दी मैंने बोला है इस पोएम में, आप इसे आराम से सुन सकते हैं. ओके, यू कैन स्लो डाउन इट. ओके, द themes. Poems explore the impact of passion, time and his relationship with nature. सेकंड चीज ये है कि उनका जो इंटेलेक्चुअल और स्पिरिचुअल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है वो कैसे आया. वर्ड्सवर्थ के अंदर जो इंटेलेक्चुअल एंड स्पिरिचुअल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आया है वो है नेचर के पास जाने पे. ऑलराइट, सॉरी. Wordsworth's deepening relationship with nature, his pantheism. Now let's come to the pantheism. Okay, what pantheism is? Uh, idea of divinity of nature. Okay, nature is divine. Pan means everything. Theos means God. And Irish writings like John Toland first used this term in 1705. Is strictly pantheism is not theism. It does not believe in a transcendent or personal God who is their creator, but in one universe. And pantheism is called that belief that we find truth, solace, and spiritual fulfillment when we establish connection with one universe. So this is called pantheism, and I hope you got everything about this poem, the beautiful poem. I request you to go through the whole poem once again, and go deeply and just analyze the things I have told you. Hopefully you will love this. And uh, this was a request by someone. I just forgot the name of my subscriber now. Earlier I used to remember, but this time I just forgot. All right, sorry for that. And I can't mention the name, but she requested me to make this video before 10 days, and I am quite late. I'm so sorry for that, but because of job and other duties. Okay, and this is also marriage season, so there are marriage parties, we have to go there. All right, so sometimes it is like that. So I'm really sorry for being late, but if it helped you, please do subscribe the channel and please do share with your friends. Bye bye, take care, and see you in next video.